صباح الخير. Good morning. صباح الخير. أهلا بكم إلى أسبوع الإقليمي للحوكمة سيداتي والسادة.
Regional Planning and Development and Human Rights, honorable judges, United Nations resident coordinators, and our esteemed colleagues. My name is Rania Al-Masri, and I am honored on behalf of the UNDP Regional Center in Cairo to welcome you to the Arab Governance Week. Before we begin, I just want to make one logistical comment. We have 3 language translation available. إذا حدا بيريد ترجمة من العربي للإنجليزي or from English to French or etc. We have 3 language translations, Arabic, French, and English, that are available at the headsets in the back. It is my pleasure to introduce our first speaker today, who will welcome us all. Ms. Anita Nirody is the United Nations Resident Coordinator and UNDP Resident Representative in Egypt.
Your Excellency, Ambassador Omar Abu Aish, Director of the Department of International Cooperation and Development of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ms. Alia Al-Dali, Director of the UNDP Cairo Regional Center, distinguished delegates from the Arab region, my UN and UNDP colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really delighted to welcome you here today for the first Regional Governance Week for the Arab region, organized by UNDP in collaboration with OHCHR, the Office for the High Commissioner on Human Rights, together with participation and support of UN Women and IDEA for the Governance Week here in Cairo. This week and the issues to be raised this week are going to underscore the importance of the issues of social accountability within the dynamic context of change in the Arab region, and to better define the role of the UN and the role that it can play in supporting this process in this regard. Ladies and gentlemen, with the unfolding of the Arab Spring and the aspirations of the people for social justice and freedom and dignity, several countries are currently in periods of transition towards building democratic and inclusive state institutions. And a key element in this transformation process is holding governments accountable to the people on a whole series and range of their actions. Social accountability is about the actors who monitor the performance of governments and about the mechanisms that generate information for this purpose. Alongside parliaments and independent oversight and accountability mechanisms such as anti-corruption agencies and human rights institutions, civil society organizations, the media, and the citizens at large are also very key pillars of the checks and balances that are essential for the deepening of democratic governance processes. Social accountability is about institutionalizing the fora for dialogue between the citizens and the state, and it is about the mechanisms used to strengthen that dialogue, to make it more effective and to make it more transparent. Indeed, governance assessments and the internal review mechanisms, such as the Universal Periodic Review, the review of the UNCAC, which are part of the discussions during this week, generate information and analysis to help understand and address the issues of poverty, corruption, human rights, and inequality. They also strengthen the capacity of the various actors to agree and respect the rules of the accountability process. It is perhaps relevant here that I highlight some examples of our work in Egypt in the area of social accountability. The UN's cooperation and UNDP's cooperation with the Ministry of Planning and the Ministry of Local Development to track progress in human development at both the national and sub-national levels have resulted in the development of 11 national human development reports and 27 sub-national or governorate human development reports, in addition to the development of 4 MDG reports, all of which are well recognized as important policy documents and advocacy tools. Our collaboration with the Information Decision Support Center of the Cabinet resulted in the establishment of the Social Contract Center in May 2007 to help the government monitor the implementation of the recommendations of the Human Development Report for the year 2005 that the government adopted as a first step towards a new social contract. The center has been providing an effective platform for dialogue and coordination between government bodies, civil society organizations, and private businesses on such issues as reducing poverty, combating corruption, promoting human rights. Another example is our cooperation with the Ministry of State for Administrative Development and the Governance Center as the technical arm of the Transparency and Integrity Committee resulted in the drafting of the Code of Conduct for Civil Servants and the development of benchmarks and criteria for monitoring of government service delivery. This cooperation has also helped develop a citizens' budget and strengthen the complaints handling mechanisms of the public sector. We have also supported the participatory and consultative processes led by the National Council for Human Rights for the preparation of its report to Egypt's Universal Periodic Review in 2010, in addition to supporting the consultative and participatory process led by the National Council of Women to prepare Egypt's national report to the CEDAW committee. Ladies and gentlemen, transition periods are not only about political processes, such as elections and the drafting of constitutions. Transitions are about building a new era, a new future, enshrined in a new social contract between the state and between its citizens, based on the democratic principles of rule of law, transparency, accountability, respect for human rights, and equal opportunity for all. Leaders of transitions in other parts of the world that were assembled at the International Forum on Pathways to Democratic Transition, organized by UNDP last year, 2011, confirmed what is already known. While their paths to democracy were different, transition leaders all agreed that transitions are about national dialogue that had been missing about a common future for all. Even if they take a long time, such dialogues must continue and must adopt democratic principles of transparency and accountability. The four-day agenda of Governance Week, with its focus on social accountability and the monitoring tools and mechanisms, reflects experiences and expertise from various and different parts of the region, which I very much hope will enrich your deliberations and discussion and dialogue over the coming 4 days. And I wish you and wish us all productive discussions. Thank you very much.